blessing us, waking us up this morning to come serve on your glorious day, this Sabbath that we are woken up on this morning, that we get a good word, that Brother Nehemiah be able to deliver us a good word in your name, our Most High, that he be able to give some understanding to this new brother that came up into the building today, seeking your guidance and seeking your understanding. I pray that we be able to go out on these streets and fish and save as many people as we can, as many as our brothers and sisters as we can. And we always give you the glory. We always give you the honor in your glorious name. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise to the Most High. So today's class is going to be over pride versus humbleness. Pride versus humbleness. We want to go into that because the Bible talks about that. It is a difference. You know, when you got pride on you, it's hard to hear your brothers or your sisters. You know what I'm saying? When we puffed up with pride, which my understanding, I don't know why we going to be prideful other than the fact that we the children of the Most High. Because outside of that, we ain't did nothing to be prideful about. It's another nation, it's other nations of people running us. You know what I'm saying? It's we in another country that's not our homeland. So I don't see what there's to be proud about. We should be humbling ourselves to our God instead of being proud for earthly stuff, ourselves in this earthly world, because that don't matter. The only pride we should have is coming from the Most High and Yahushua. And that's a fact. He the one put us in slavery. He the one brought us out of slavery. He the one put us in this condition. He the one can get us out. That's right. So we should be humbling our spirits to the Most High and Yahushua rather than having pride on us as a man, because that don't mean nothing. So got the definition of pride. It's in the Hebrew Concordance 1347. It's gaon, and it's the quality of having excessively high opinion of oneself. The quality of having an excessively high opinion of oneself. Now, the only way you're gonna have that is you going according to this word. Like I seen a post today, it had Jay-Z and Beyonce. And it said what they call it, a power couple. And then underneath that, it had a regular black dude and a regular black woman. Power couple of the Most High. We power because it's coming from the Most High. If you're a power couple to this world, it's only because of money and wealth. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean anything. So we got to get back to our power, our origins. And that God said we need to humble ourselves down. Because when we get in front of them, I bet you're going to humble yourself down. All us going to bow. What do he say? Every knee going to bow. So instead of sitting here being prideful amongst each other, we should look at the bigger picture. So a synonym for pride, which is used in the Bible also, is haughtiness. Haughtiness. So if you see that word, you know it's associated with pride. Vainglory. We all know about that. Arrogancy. And what I find interesting when you put in Google for the definition of pride, in parentheses, it came up, the sin of pride. So even the white man knows it's a sin to be proud, but that ain't going to stop him because he's the proudest person on this planet. That's right. So let's get Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. And plus, when we humble ourselves down to each other, we able to function a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Just think about, not saying we ants, but ants together, don't they? The ants ain't got no pride on them. They doing it because the mother ant is in charge and everybody else playing their role. And they all together. Yeah, they do what the head wants you to do. So we know what our head want us to do. He told us everything we supposed to do. That's right. So if we did that in the mind frame of brothers and sisters in humbleness and not letting our worldly way that we grew up get in the way, we'd be functioning just like them. So let's get Sirach 10, chapter 10, verse 8.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteousness, dealings, injurious, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Give me
13.
Pride was not made for man.
Oh. That's 13.
13. Give me that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that had it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrow them utterly.
So pride is the beginning of sin. That's major, man. Pride. What you got, bro?
Go to verse 12. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one depart from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that had it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrow them utterly.
So this is made. This is heavy. The beginning of pride is when one departed from God. So if you starting to have pride on you, that means you thinking earthly, worldly, and that's taking you away from your maker, because he told us in 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So this go along with that. And we get puffed up in this world and they put pride on us. And it said, for pride is the beginning of sin. So once you get puffed up, it's like getting money. You get that money, you're going to do more sinning. You get that pride, you're going to do more sinning.
That's right.
That's why it's paramount that we got to keep checking ourselves every day, because like we knew we was born into sin. So we trying to fight back from all the stuff that we done learned for 30 some odd years. And it's a fight, but we got to do it. So give me Sirach 10 and 18.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 18. Pride was not made for men.
Read that again.
Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
So pride ain't even made for us. This got put on us. We wasn't even a prideful people like that.
That's right.
We learned that from the heathens, from the other nations. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no God that they had to be responsible to. They made up gods and made up stuff to be responsible to. We actually got the real creator on our side, and he telling us it wasn't even made for us, nor furious anger. So we shouldn't even be getting mad at each other. He didn't even make us to be like that towards each other. That's what we got to get in check. Like, it's a difference between how we deal with each other and how we deal with these other nations. Right. They can get the fury of the Most High, the fury of that bull in the neck all day long. But we turn each other like turning your child.
That's right.
When we turn our child, we're going to be gentle with them, then we're going to be with a heathen out on the street. That's why we got to be with brothers. You know what? Let me calm myself down first. Even if we got to take a minute, we got to do that, man. That's paramount, because we too strong in ego and in pride as a nation to where one brother get offended, that's the end of it. We can't be like that. Let's get you guys.
No, I was just kind of just thinking about it in my mind. That's why he said we was gods, and being that we are gods, and some of us gods got pride on us, but we can't have it with each other, because one thing about it, when we turn on in trouble, it can be real damage and destruction for not just you, your family, and everybody else around you, man. So.
When we all know this for a fact, because me and Obi just talked about this. If one of us got a problem, we all got a problem.
Come on.
And we all feel it.
Yeah.
We all feel it.
It's not like it was before. Before we were just so-called niggas of this world. We didn't care two shakes if we had a problem with these brothers had problems. We're going about our business. But because we know who we are as a nation, it's affecting us as a nation. So that alone is showing that we are closer than what we ever thought we had.
That's right.
We are. We a family, man. Whether we like it or not at this point, because we could have been homeboys and homegirls in the street and would have been able to depart easier than it would be to depart now. So now we affected like as if we was actually blood brothers, like where we were blood kin. So that's why it's major that we humble ourselves to each other. You know, we may get upset and we may need a little minute to ourselves. But when we come back, we need to be humble. But both parties need to be humble so we can fix the situation, because we already discussed it. We already know we ain't got nobody else. I ain't got nobody else.
So nobody else in the world gonna have our back like we got.
No.
our back.
No, and we know that because we go to war and do this every Sabbath with each other.
That's right.
Ain't nobody else gonna come do this with us, man.
Exactly.
So we need to cherish what brothers bring to the table. We need to cherish each other because we out here fishing, and the fish don't come in every day.
That's right.
And that's why the Most High set laws and guidelines in place so we can overcome those things, overcome those sins, like Matthews 18 and 15. Apply the scriptures. That's one thing that we have to learn in this walk. Application. That means going into applying, doing what you read, putting it into practice. You know, sometimes we may stumble, but it said just man falleth 7 times. You get back up on that horse. You know, you keep trying, keep fighting for the kingdom.
And we do know these laws work. Every brother in here could testify. Because if they didn't work, we probably all wouldn't be sitting right here right now. But they work. So we're going to keep applying. Let's get Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13. This how serious this whole pride thing is. The Lord going to give us orders on this. He going to call it out.
That's right.
Because how we going to have more pride than the creator who created us? That's crazy.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
To do what?
Is to hate evil.
But they say, oh, the God don't hate. We got to do what?
The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
We got to hate the evil of this earth. Read on.
Pride.
We got to hate pride. We got to stuff that pride down, man. We ought to hate evil, and the Lord put that in the category with evil. Read on.
And arrogancy.
Arrogancy. That's right there with pride.
And the evil way. And the forward mouth.
That forward mouth is we know what that forward mouth is. When that mouth get to running, that tongue get to cutting, get to saying whatever on your mind, that stuff could get evil.
Do I hate?
Do he what?
Do I hate?
The Most High hate that thing, man. Right. He hate that pride. So we got to shed that off of us. That's the white man put that on us, man. He put that on us. So we got to get that off. So we to hate it. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 8. The Most High finna ask us a question right here. So I wanted to bring it out because he asked the question.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 8. What had pride profited us?
What did the Lord say?
What had pride profited us?
What has pride profited us as a nation? Look at the conditions that we in. 500 years of slavery and oppression. Filled up penitentiaries. Single parent home. Drugs. What has it profited us? And you got gangbangers and drug dealers out here with rims on their car and candy paint. And they think they doing something. A brother on the street selling dope more powerful than anybody.
And probably don't even have a place to stay though.
Probably don't even have a place. Probably ain't taking care of his children. None of that. But he looking good though. So that make him be prideful. Puffed up. You can get any thought you want. So you prideful of this world though. That's of this world. Our pride comes from the Most High, man. Reason why we got pride on us when we go out in the streets on the Sabbath, we representing the Most High.
That's right.
That's where our pride come from. That's where our power come from. So the Lord asks, what has pride profited us? Individually, we can ask that. Whenever we've been in a situation, we may have, I know for me, I may have confused pride and not giving an F. You know what I'm saying? And you so prideful that you don't give an F and you'll tell anybody whatever and mess around, burn some bridges down.
That's right.
Because of your pride. Because I don't care what that nigga say. I ain't making up with him. I don't care what that nigga say. Then your pride get to you. Now that's a relationship lost.
And see, the thing is, another thing goes with that pride, man. When you talking to certain, you don't know who you talking to, really. Because that person could be one of the prophets in the Bible. So you got to watch really who you talking to, man.
Yeah.
That's why he says, you know, some of us not in words that we entertain people. So
that's right.
You know, not all people, even though they have the appearance of. We just have to remember that. You know, we're into this spiritual war now, so we got to think more spiritual.
Exactly. Everything is spiritual.
And on that pride, it touches so many topics, man. That pride can go in seeking counsel from leadership, letting brothers know what you're dealing with. And we us go into the scriptures and help you handle that. Come into the body with your problems. We may be bills or something. That's what the body is here for y'all brothers and sisters to lean on us. You know, we take the infirmities of the weak and we bear our brother's cross, man. You know, that's what we're here for. That's what leadership is here for. Go ahead,
We'll finish that out.
Or what good had riches with our vaunting brought us?
So that's like having a lot of money. If you ain't doing nothing right with it, then what good is it to have it? If you can commit suicide having all the money in the world, ask Michael Jackson, ask Prince, ask Whitney Houston, all these people who was rich and famous of this world, what happened to them? And they had money. So the pride and the money don't mean nothing to the Most High. He don't want to give it and he take it away.
That's right.
Let's get
hold on. Let's read verse 9.
Go ahead now.
He said, all these things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that has by. He said, that's what he said.
Get Sirach chapter 3 and verse 28.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 28. In the punishment of the proud.
In the what?
In the punishment of the proud.
You mean to say the Most High gonna punish people who proud on this earth?
In the punishment of the proud.
So in Whitney Houston.
In the punishment of the proud.
And Michael Jackson.
In the punishment of the proud.
And Donald Trump.
In the punishment of the proud.
Read on.
There is no remedy.
Ain't no remedy for when you proud and got vainglory on you. Ain't no remedy for that. That's why this country the way it is with these white folks. Ain't no remedy for them. They gonna be proud till the Lord come take them out. And we on the train of this crazy stuff with this so-called proud Edomite. Go ahead.
For the plant of wickedness had taken root in him.
So when you get that pride on you, that's when that wickedness gonna start spreading. So if you got that seed planted in you, that pride, it's gonna spur up some wickedness, and it's gonna be bad. And we all done seen it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen it to where you would have thought this person was. I seen Irv Gotti do the exact same thing. Put it like that, and I couldn't tell them apart from what they were saying. So that pride is strong, man. Let's get Malachi 4 and 1. So we just getting what the Lord gonna do to the proud through the scriptures. We're going, the class is over pride and humbleness. Pride versus humbleness.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And all the proud.
All the who?
And all the proud.
All the people who don't want to sell Hamashiach Yahushua as a black man.
And all the proud.
All the people who don't, all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who don't want to sell being an Israelite.
And all the proud.
All these Christians.
And all the proud.
All these Muslims.
And all the proud.
Read on.
Yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Shall be what?
Shall be stubble.
The bottom of the burnt wood.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up. Said the Lord of hosts.
Says who?
Said the Lord of hosts.
No, says the battle axes.
Said the Lord of hosts.
Saith the Lord of hosts. It is written. That
it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
It ain't gonna be nothing left of them when he finished with them, man. He telling you straight up, we got to shed this pride, because you can be saying you keeping the commandments all you want, but if you got that pride on you, he still gonna take care of us.
All
right. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. So we got to get it off of us. He already telling the judgment for that pride. So let's get the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 11. Got something?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil.
What the Most High gonna do?
And I will punish the world for their evil. And the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the ignorance of the proud to cease. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
So the Most High is going to deal with a proud creature.
That's right.
And that's all we are as creatures. It's like it said in Romans, who worships and serve the creature more than the creator?
Mm-hmm.
The wicked people on this earth.
That's right.
And we the Israelites, so we know better.
That's right.
He told us don't put no God before him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put nothing before him. None of this stuff matters, man. None of this stuff that is perishable and will cease to exist matters to the Most High because he created it all. Only thing matters to him is his creatures that he chose is being humble and obedient to him.
See, and that goes into like when you brothers, like when we was talking about yesterday, it's being basically putting your faith in the Most High. Look, I know what the white man said, so-called our oppressors say what we got to do on the Sabbath, but what the Most High say. If the Creator created the world in 6 days, he rests on the seventh, and he has chosen seed, we got to do the same thing, man. We got to learn to put him first. You know, we got to think in our mind, what's first in our life? You can't be so prideful like, man, I got to pay my bill. Guess what? He will turn them bills off while you got your job too. So you got to keep those things in your remembrance.
Yeah, like the brother said, now that you know you're Israelite, nothing that the so-called white man or any other heathen over you should matter.
Nothing.
I mean, you come with faith.
That's right.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and things not seen.
Mm-hmm.
You have. That's why he tell us to have faith. Have faith that Yahweh Shai gonna come back and save us out this condition. Have faith that if you walked away from that job, you're gonna be all right. Because I know several of us before we was in the truth walked away from jobs. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, brothers, oh, I'm so responsible. I can't walk away from a job. Negro, you walked away from a job before?
That's right.
Now I gotta work. Now you working every Sabbath. Negro, you weren't working no Saturdays when you was trying to go to the club.
Mm-hmm.
When you wanted to go to the mall on Saturday, it was all good.
Look at let this pagan holiday, let a pagan holiday be on a Saturday.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't going to work, man.
Now, brothers, responsible. That's what brothers are talking about. My brother right here walked away from the job because he can't do the work of the Most High. Mm-hmm. Because he got faith in the Most High.
That's right, man.
Because when you know he ain't never left you stuck out, why is you playing now?
That's right.
You know all the stuff. You can give praise to him for all the stuff he done saved you out of before. Right. But now you can't come pay him back. We bought with a ransom. Mm-hmm. So if you saved out of the condition that you was in, you owe him something.
Yeah, you do.
Right. But now, brothers, the white man got you so handcuffed, you can't miss an hour of work. Mm-hmm. You got me messed up. Mm-hmm. And I know his brothers in here, you got messed up.
That's right.
Because my God is the one who helped me. The white man ain't did nothing for me.
That's right.
But right that check the Most High told him to write.
That's right. To go give it to another white man.
Give it to another white man. For the matter.
Not just brothers, sisters too.
Sister too. Yeah, I mean them too. You sit up here and the same stuff somebody else talking about what they doing to him. This Israelite over here who's doing the work. I don't know what you talking about. Because I ain't having them problems right there. Mm-hmm. Because we don't care about what the other nations got to say. Mm-hmm. We care about what the Most High got to say.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And that's what matters. Mm-hmm. And when you get in that mind frame, everything changed for you. Mm-hmm. It's hard. I know it's hard for people who not in that mind frame to understand what we be trying to tell them. But if you come do the work, you'll understand what we and stop scared, put brakes on that. And now these same brothers out here with the Bible teaching the word. It's got to be something to it. So this is all we trying to keep telling the brothers that's younger, the sisters that's younger. You got to do it to experience it. That's all we say. So let's go to Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 5. We're going to knock out this pride and then we're going to get to the good stuff. But we got to go through the pride first to show what the Most High going to do to the prideful and then go to the humble to see what's the reward of that.
That's right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord.
What?
Is an abomination to the Lord.
This stuff is serious, man. When brothers sitting up here with pride, sisters sitting up here with pride, it's an abomination. That's just the same way we're wearing the pants or wearing a dress. for the man wearing a dress or the sister wearing a pants. The Lord said having pride on you to the point where you can't even deal with your people is a abomination. It's an abomination for us not to get along. Because that's all going to happen from the pride. Because if one person humble and the other person got pride on them, that means we can't resolve the situation. That means that's an abomination.
See,
Go
ahead.
And like a lot of people now, they when we a lot of them move like we out there in North Dallas and places where they done got a good job and they done moved out and went to other places and they thinking they don't care about the people in the hood no more. That's pride on them the way they done forgot about their own people because I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right. I got a good job. And that's pride, and that's what's coming on our people all the time. We hate each other because we don't. First of all, we think we done made it. The world is a good place.
Yeah.
As soon as we get knocked back down to the hood bottom, like OJ, he was all proud. Oh yeah, he was proudful until they didn't hear you. Now he locked up and all that stuff. Then, hey, y'all, hey, how y'all doing? They didn't want to be back in the hood, want to be shaking hands. You didn't want that at first. And that's the pride that we got also that's going on.
Also, what goes on with their pride too is their grace. See, people don't understand grace is a double-edged sword too. Grace saved a lot of us by when it's true, but grace hurt a lot of us saying, "Oh man, I can do this, man. Ain't nothing gonna happen. I do this every day. I smoke weed every day." That's their pride on you, man. But grace saved you. That's the only reason why. We hope that your brothers and sisters be back to the marriage. But sometimes that grace put pride on brothers and sisters too. They don't understand it. That go to a deeper thought, and into more different parables. But that alone, brothers and sisters don't realize too.
They think they got more time than they possibly.
That's right.
Than they got.
Break down to like the Christians. They say, "Oh well, we can repent right at the moment."
Yeah, I seen that.
That's not gonna work for them.
Exactly.
I seen that.
They're not gonna do wicked all the way up to the moment that they really make his appearance. And I repent in that, and then they still call on the name that can't say.
It goes into Matthew 22. And when they talking about it, so he say, bind them hand and foot, throw them down to darkness.
Yeah. That's been said out. At 16:5.
Okay. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished.
Still gonna get punished. You can join hands with the humble all you want. If you prideful, you still gonna get punished. I'm with the Israelites. I'm with my brothers, but I'm puffed up. I'm prideful, all that. You think just because they being humble and you being prideful that you gonna get saved with them? No, you have to be humble. It's our own humbleness that we got to be concerned about.
And that's what a lot of them racists doing in other camps now. They trying to join other camps.
13 days.
So they saying if I just get around them,
yeah,
I'm gonna be good.
Cleaving.
No, you're not. He said no hands on the hand. Hey, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Y'all still, if you still in your wickedness, you're gonna be punished. Period.
Let's get Jeremiah chapter 13 and verse 8. Let's get an example of this pride on the nation.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 13 and verse 8. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Thus said the Lord, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah.
He gonna do what to Judah?
I will mar the pride of Judah.
He gonna destroy the pride of Judah.
And the great pride of Jerusalem.
And the northern kingdom. That's the southern and northern kingdom.
This evil people.
This what?
This evil people.
The Lord called the northern and southern kingdom evil people. It's the Israelites. He probably saying the same thing right now. Read on.
Which refuse to hear my word.
They did what?
Which refuse to hear my word. Which walk in the imaginations of their heart.
Like our Christian brothers and sisters, they in the imagination of their heart. They think Christ is white.
Exactly.
I walked in the t-shirt place. You know how they make them RIP t-shirts? They had a sister on the shirt. She had blonde hair on. And then on the side of it, they had a white Jesus. And I'm like, golly, man, our people is totally destroyed. Read on.
And walk after other gods to serve them. and to worship them shall even be as this girdle, which is good for nothing.
So before that, he was telling the story about he told the prophet to go bury a girdle by the river, and he left it there. And when he went back to it and got it, it was marred. So he said he gonna do the pride of Jerusalem and Judah the same way he did that girdle. And he said, which is good for nothing. So the pride of Israel is good for nothing, just like that marred girdle.
Yeah, that parable goes back to when he put us to sleep as a nation of people. And when here we are waking up again. And see, that's one thing about everybody we should be this, we should be doing this, we should be coming together. We was ruined. We woke up as a ruined nation. We didn't wake up and everything's supposed to jump back in order. That's what we're doing now, practicing righteous acts to get back to the order of the Most High.
And on that note, that's why we gotta have patience with each other. We ain't 90-something years old and been in this truth for 70-something years. We all babies.
That's right.
So we gotta have patience. Like we need patience with the people out there we trying to help out on the street. Yeah. We gotta have patience with each other.
Man, you be looking when you getting that check from that so-called Edomite and he tell you to go over there, and even though he pisses you off, guess what? That patient come in like, hey man, I need to keep my job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, man. You got to be patient with your brother, same way, man.
Even the oldest elder, let's say the oldest elder in back and doing what does say the Lord, period. And that's where he'll bring us together. But right now everybody always against each other because they got a different way of doing the thing. Believe me, the Most High gonna set this whole thing in order. That's right. You think you finna go get it?
Exactly. Right. So we got to be patient with each other because the Most High is ordering us, man. We ain't ordering. I can tell you myself, I ain't doing nothing.
And not only, man, being patient with each other, be patient with yourself.
That's right.
That's the only way you can be patient with others is to be patient with yourself. You put too much pressure on yourself, it make it impossible to be patient with others.
That's right.
So that that's another thing that we got to keep in mind, man. You got to understand that you're a baby. You got to understand that we learning a new doctrine. We learning a new way of this Bible. And you got to be patient with yourself.
Patience. And he right about that. You're not patient with yourself. How you gonna be patient with the next man? That's why we gotta examine ourselves daily.
That's right.
And we may keep repeating the same stuff. That's because we got a short memory. So we gonna keep saying the same stuff.
That's right.
We gonna keep saying be patient. We gonna keep saying keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We gonna keep saying come to Sabbath class. We gonna keep saying read your Bible. We gonna keep repeating the same thing.
Because that's what the Bible do.
Because that's what the Bible do.
Keep repeating the same thing over and over.
Somebody might have missed it the last time we said it. And somebody who's been here every time, like, dang, they keep saying the same stuff. Because it's gonna be somebody new that's watching. It's gonna be somebody that's new that's listening. We go out to the street. We're going to keep bringing out Deuteronomy 28. We're going to keep bringing up the law. So that's what our job is. And that's what we're going to be doing to the day we leave this planet. Right. So we might well get used to it. We might well get used to each other. We might well get used to doing this work.
And let me give you a precept on what he was just talking about. Sirach chapter 30 and 22. Start at 22. About beating ourselves up and sometimes you gotta keep your mind and your heart happy and not so much beating yourself up on everything that's going on around you.
The book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 22. The gladness of the heart.
Just start at 21.
Verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Don't give your mind unto heaviness things. Don't give your mind unto stuff that you can't really do nothing about it. Exactly. Like people be talking about flat earth, and you can't do nothing about it. So why worry about that? Right. Why worry about stuff that you don't have, you have no control over anyway? It's a lot of things that we always be worried about. They like those chemtrails. You can't stop them. You can't stop them from doing, so worry about it. Don't look at the stars and be tripping on that because you can't stop none of that's going on anyway. What you need to be doing is going back to what you can control, these law, statutes, and commandments, and getting back to them. You can do that. That's right. You do that. Let the Most High take care of his business. Read. That's right.
And afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
And see, a lot of people go in their own counsel. They always tearing themselves down because they go in this book and don't even understand it. So they go grab another book and they don't understand that. So they put heaviness on their heart and more worrying on their minds because they got into something that they don't understand, instead of going back just to the basics of this thing and just obeying the law, statutes, and commandments.
Man, and I also think of when I think of it kind of look human. It how the Edomites when they cut themselves, where they done did bad in they swim competition. They come on cut their whole arm up.
They're thinking they gonna make it better. Go ahead.
The gladness of the heart is the life of men.
The gladness when you put good things in there. Mm-hmm. Don't beat yourself down. Don't worry about a lot of stuff that you have no control over. You get glad when you're going back and do the things that you can control, which is obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
And the joyfulness of a man prolonged his days.
See, when you doing these things that the Most High God got you doing, that joy that's just gonna come out of there give you a longer life. Because you don't want to, with everything else, you know what it does? Stress you out. Right. Stress kill people. Stress gonna kill more people on this planet now than pretty much anything that's out here now.
That's right.
Women, a lot of them going to what? Depression. Because why? They're stressing themselves out, worried about stuff that they have no control over. Read. I'm almost. Go ahead. 23.
Love thy own soul.
Love yourself. See, if you love yourself, you ain't gonna keep punishing yourself and worrying about stuff that you have nothing. It don't got nothing to do with you. That's going back to mind your own business sometimes.
Ain't no such thing as having a low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Come on.
When you worry about other people's business, something you can't control it anyway.
That's right.
So what you worried about it for?
You got to worry about your own.
Exactly. Love your own self. When you love your own self, you learn to leave other people alone.
Yeah.
That's love. Man, go ahead.
And comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee.
Man, remove all that sorrow. Everybody always want to come up and bring you their sad story.
That's right.
Oh yeah, my bowels be burning every morning. You're like, man, I don't need all that. I gotta worry about my own stuff right now. You come bring us every time. It's always something. You notice people always bring you their worst problem.
They won't bring they won't bring their problem to you.
Yeah.
But we got some of our own.
And it'd be their worst thing. It'd be something that they can't do nothing about it, and neither can you. So if there's something you got a problem I can help you with, I'll help you. But bring in something. And that's just us as a people, man. That's what he said. Love yourself, man. And you'll be out of there. Get back to your studies. My bad, man. That was a good one. Yeah.
For the sorrow that kill many, and there is no profit therein.
Ain't no profit to the sorrow, like the brother brought out. If you happy with yourself, nothing that it's happening with somebody else can affect you.
That's right.
If you're not happy with yourself, anything that somebody say and bring up to you, it's gonna affect you. You're gonna get mad at it. You're gonna be sad at it. Y'all, if you straight, you like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know what I'm saying? That's a good precept, though. I got it marked, but I want to use that right there. So let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 13. Let's start at 9.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 13 and verse 9.
And we just gonna read to 18. I'm gonna let the brother read it all the way through. This showing what that pride did to us as a nation.
Thus said the Lord, after this manner I will mar the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. This evil people, which refuse my words, which walk in the imaginations of their heart, and walk after gods to serve them and to worship them, shall even be as this girdle, which is good for nothing.
I want to bring up, I just peeped something on verse 9. It said he go mar the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. The great pride of Jerusalem, Judah went off, but Jerusalem got to make statues and all types of stuff. Look at Issachar now, look at Northern Kingdom now. They always got to have some statue. Totem poles and worshiping the dead. They got us, our people worshiping the white Jesus and got the cross And that's about it.
That's about it.
But when you go into Catholicism, they got rosary beads, candles, statues, all this, all Santa Medea, they worshiping Mary and the deaf and everything. Man, they got so much extra. The great pride of Jerusalem, they still doing it.
See, but the thing is, we got to humble ourselves down because we can't go back to the kingdom without them.
No.
So we got to humble ourselves down. Be like, man, I ain't been help them Mexicans, man. I ain't been Mexicans. Here's a card. Guess what? That's the only way we go back home. We got to drop that pride and go get them brothers and bid them back to the marriage, just right along with the rest of Judah.
Come on. Let's get 11.
For as the girdle cleave to the loins of a man, so have I caused to cleave unto me the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah, said the Lord, that they might be unto me for a people and for a name and for a praise and for a glory. But they would not hear. Therefore shall speak unto them this word, thus said the Lord, God of Israel.
God of who?
God of Israel.
God of who?
God of Israel.
He only talking to the Israelites.
That's right.
He only punishing the Israelites right here. That's why they specified the God of Israel for all these Christians out there. Go ahead.
Every bottle shall be filled with wine, and they shall say unto thee, do we not certainly know that every bottle shall be filled with wine? Then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will fill all the inhabitants of this land, even the king that sat upon David's throne, and the priests and the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with drunkenness, Salaki. And I will dash them one against another.
He gonna do what?
And I will dash them one against another.
Black on black crime.
And I will dash them one against another.
Hispanic on Hispanic crime.
And I will dash them one against another.
Go to those reservations and see if it's Native American on Native American crime.
And I will dash them one against another.
Uh-huh.
Even the fathers and the sons together, said the Lord. I will not pity, nor spare, nor have mercy, but destroy them.
So you think he pitying and sparing when these Crips and Bloods and these gangster disciples and vice lords is killing each other? He spoke it back then. He was gonna do this.
Yeah. And like in California now, you got the Hispanics fighting against the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
They done went to race war. They they fighting each other, but they will not touch their enemy though.
Nope.
Nah.
I seen Benaya posted a post. He posted that with the Crips and Bloods were shooting each other, and the police like, "Good job, boys. Y'all didn't have to do it, but thank you anyway."
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying? They just sitting back and letting us handle their business.
Mm-hmm.
That's so retarded. It don't make no sense. And but we can't see it.
That's right.
We can't see it, and we in the midst of it. But that's why he gave us this book. We can see it now because we see it. Everything that's happening now. He said it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Read on. Oh, go ahead.
That's how they shoot at each other and blah blah blah, and then the police car drive down the road and they both take out running. I'm running this way. They run from their enemy, but kill each other.
Yeah. But they hard. They hard though. You hard if you going against your enemy. You not hard. Your brother is in the closer proximity to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fighting your little brother.
Mm-hmm.
He live in the house with you, but you ain't gonna fight the dude to stay down the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. I fight my little brother, but I ain't gonna fight that bully that stay up the street. And we can get together and go fight them together.
That's a weak man.
Yeah.
The one that's slapping across the head every day on the bus.
Bah. Instead of us getting together, saying, man, we're finna go ride on this bully. I'm just gonna sit back, let him beat on you, you gonna let him beat on me, and then when we get to the house, we gonna beat on each other. Come on, man, do 28-54, man. Come on, that is madness, man. That's astonishment. Read on that.
Verse 15. Hear ye and give ear. Be not proud.
What did the Lord say?
Hear ye and give ear. Be not proud.
Uh-huh.
For the Lord has spoken.
Pride will bring down a nation, according to the Most High God. And it's going to bring this nation down. This country is drunken. The same thing he did to us, he did it to this country too. This country is drunk with wine. This country is full with pride. Look at them white folks. Look at how they act with Donald Trump in office. Boy, they gonna try to cause a race riot at this rate. Cause I done seen white folks come in people's face, and I'm looking like, really? This is what y'all want to do?
Yeah.
But you come in my face with that mess, it ain't gonna go down like that.
It was prophesied and it was needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because our people love these white folks so much, we needed a white man to get up there and show and then bring out the true colors of all these crowds.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when they brought out the true colors, that's waking up more Negroes to understanding that these people don't give a damn about us.
That's right, and that goes into like I was speaking about Trump. When Obama was in office, the gas prices stayed low. Now the gas prices at $3. Nobody's saying a word.
And he won't try to control everything. But he can't control it. He got to leave it up there to the man.
Yeah, the most I got to take, you can take care of everything.
But you see what they did in the other country whenever what was that? If they jacked up the gas prices, everybody parked their cars in the middle of the road and got out and walked off. Everybody, the whole time, I can't remember what that I found it posted on, but they jacked up the gas prices and the whole time, everybody parked their cars in the middle of the road and got out and walked off.
And that's called unity.
That's
And that's something we do not have. Because I'll just take you back to a little story real quick before we get back on subject. We was in Oak Cliff in the Chinese restaurant, and we in here and we look, it's one Chinese dude doing everything in the front and one in the back, but it's like 10 people in here. And we go, the Israelites walking there, and we like, what the hell going on? The Negroes in there just standing there like some zombies. Mm-hmm. And we there for 3 minutes, and we like, hold up, this dude ain't even gonna hire nobody to help him. He trying to do everything, and it's slow. So we start groveling about the situation, and the Negroes in there just quiet as a church mouse. So we like, we finna go. Mm-hmm. The Negroes looking at us like we crazy. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with us is this place is out of order. This dude don't even want to hire no black people to serve black people. They so stingy. They want to get all the money. Mm-hmm. And want to be slow and have an attitude at that. Right. If we all collectively say, you know what, we ain't putting up with this, we gone, and they ain't gonna make no money, I bet you he hire more black people. I bet you they have better customer service. That's why the sisters getting into it with the Moab at the nail shops, at beauty supply, because they don't have no respect, but yet we still going in there giving them our money. Right. The white man know how to give some respect, because I bet you when the NRA said, we finna stop buying these companies that's against the NRA, the people that's in the NRA, they made them change their tone. Because they know how many people gonna ride with them, and they don't care if it's right or wrong. If I'm part of this group and then we say we ain't buying from here, and they're still gonna be like, whoa, that's a lot of money. You know what? We're gonna change our policy. That's right. But no, when Negroes don't say nothing and they stand there like zombies, they gonna keep doing the same stuff they've been doing to them.
Yeah. You say don't go in there and buy. It'd be somebody, man, but they be making good chicken.
Yep. Man, Habib cool with me, man. That's my boy right there. Mm-hmm. No, we supposed to be like Habib and get the heck up out of here. Mm-hmm. We ain't buying from the store. It's called the Lord gave us a natural boycott in the first place. It's called the Sabbath. That's right. It's called the Sabbath. It's all the Israelites didn't buy on the Sabbath. It put all these businesses out of business. But tell a Negro that. Read on out.
Verse 16. Give glory to the Lord your God before he caused darkness and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. And while ye look for the light, he turn into the shadow of death and make it gross darkness. Shalaka.
So basically he put it's going into captivity, and the other nations ruling over us because we want to be proud. We supposed to be the best nation on this planet, but we want to go against our God. That's where our pride came from. When the Most High telling you the greatest thing on this planet, then we got something to be prideful over the other nations about. But when we go against our God, he taking that away, and he gonna put us in darkness, in slavery, in captivity, up underneath all these other nations.
And that gross darkness going into complete darkness. Look at us as a nation of people when we ask our people, what's your nationality? You know, exactly. And it goes, man, they 5%, you'll get some everything out of these brothers.
Everything.
You know, that's gross darkness. Gross dark.
Egyptology.
Yeah.
Comedic community.
Yeah, that's gross darkness.
No, we're not even African, so
Serve God however you want to.
Any way you want to. Is that how that?
Verse 17. But if ye will not hear it, my soul shall weep in secret places for your pride.
It don't get no clearer than this. The Most High is talking directly to us. Read on.
And my eyes shall weep sore and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock is carried away captive.
It's like a good father that hate to have to whoop his child, but he know he got to do it. It's gonna hurt me more than it hurt you. That's what the Lord said.
That's right.
For the Most High, the eyes for him to weep. Know what I'm saying? He shall weep in secret places for our pride, and my eyes shall weep sore and run down with tears. I mean, he got to do something he really ain't want to have to do, but he got to do it.
That's right.
And that's why we're going through what we're going through. Like a good father, you're going to discipline your child.
That's right.
So that's we, as Israelites, have come to the realization. Somebody who in complete darkness will be like, why, Lord? Why did you take them, Lord? Well, we understand. It's better to be with the Lord than to be here in this wicked place anyway. This ain't nothing but snares and traps. So this is what he was telling us, man, as a nation, man. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to this humbleness. Let's go to James chapter 4 and verse 6. You know, that pride is a snare and a trap for us. And as Israelites, we got to try to avoid this stuff and get back to being humble. Because when we humble, we're really the people that we really are. Because when he say be hot or cold, he meaning you like Negroes thinking Christianity. I got the devil on one shoulder, the angel on the other side. Nah, bro. You got wickedness and righteousness standing in front of you, and you got to pick a side. It ain't no conversation between no little angel and no little devil. There's a conversation between the flesh and the spirit in yourself. And is you gonna do right or you gonna do wrong? It's simply that. It ain't no, I got both of them in me. No, you can choose one. Because if them Christians think you're gonna be wicked all the way till you get on your deathbed and repent, you just wicked.
That's right.
Plus, Christ tell you in Revelations, if you straddling the fence, he's still gonna kill you.
Yeah.
You know, he wants you to at least pick a side, either be for him or all the way against him. You know, you can't straddle the fence.
James chapter 4 verse 6.
The book of James chapter 4 and verse 6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, God resisted the proud, but giving grace unto the humble.
He give grace unto who?
Unto the humble.
So the Most High God resisteth the proud, and he giveth grace unto the humble. That's like the brother that brought up earlier, that grace. That pride will take away from that grace. But that humbleness is what brings on grace, because he letting you know, you letting him know that you about that life for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you got a good child or a bad child. Some people make excuses and be like, oh, that's just the way he is. No, you know if he bad or if he good. You can make excuses as a parent all you want, but you know that teacher know. No, when that teacher send that progress report, she gonna tell you, oh, this was one of the greatest students I ever had. Or little Daniel getting in trouble, keep talking. Little Daniel keep fighting. And if this stuff keep persisting, year after year, 6 weeks after 6 weeks, then it's telling a story about your child. But if little Daniel getting all A's and ain't skipping no school, worked well with others and things like that, oh, you might have a good child on your hands. You know what I'm saying? So it is a difference. So we want that grace, man. So we got to come back to being humble to the Most High. And the definition for humble in the Hebrew Concordance is number 6031, anah, and it means submit self or chasten self. So pretty much you're gonna discipline yourself. If you humble, ain't nobody really got to really discipline you. If they do, you would take it with humbleness, but you really already know you got to get yourself straight. That's what humbleness go to. Ain't nobody got to check you. Because you know we may get a little riled up for a minute, but then that's why you might need that little time. And in that little time, when you come back, gonna determine if you humble or not. And if you come back and you straight, you know what? I'm ready to talk. That proves you check yourself. And that's what it really goes into, us checking ourselves. That's why we really don't need, your brothers may say stuff, but ain't nobody got the Lord over nobody.
That's right.
Because we supposed to examine ourselves daily.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, because somebody may say something like, we know if somebody lording and if somebody just trying to say, bro, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about the way they're going to go about handling it.
That's right.
And if nobody really in here need no Lord. We all got children. I don't even Lord over my children because I know they know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? So why I'm finna Lord over a grown man?
That's right.
We got to take care of ourselves. If we humble ourselves, we will discipline ourselves because we know the Most High is watching. I ain't worried about it if man watching because I know the Most High watching at all times. So even when you by yourself in your closet, you know the Most High watching.
Yeah, he watch. That's for sure. Let me say this, man. That's kind of a little funny thing. That I was working with this company, and this guy, he had just came from theological school. He had just graduated, and I was sitting there. I was saying a few cuss words in front of him. He said, "Hey, man, you can't cuss in front of me. I'm a pastor." I turned around, looked at him. I said, "Negro," I said, "I cuss in front of God every day. Who the hell you think you is, man?"
That's right.
That brother had a lot of pride on him, man. And when he walked away from me, man, I know he was looking like, man, I can't stand this Negro. You know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? That was the arrogance that the brother had, man.
Hey, did you pull that scripture? Don't I be rude in speech without knowledge?
No, but, you know, I was in the world then.
Okay,
I was in the world. You know what I mean? It wasn't, I was in the truth, but I was in the world when that brother said that. It came to me. I was like, dang, this brother lost his dang on mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He a pastor.
Yeah.
He ordained that because the white man told him he was.
He went to theological school. Let's get 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 6. You know, you go to theological school, that's the end all be all. We done had a couple times when we was out there, the pastors asked us, what they say?
Who told you?
Who gave us permission?
Who gave you the authority?
The authority to do this work.
Same thing that was asking Christ.
Yeah, we pulled that scripture. We know who gave us the authority. And it wasn't no white man in no theological school neither.
Right.
That we had to pay money to learn.
I like laughing at those.
To learn lies.
Learn lies at that. Read that out.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 6. Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time.
Read on.
Casting all your cares upon him, for he cared for you.
This goes back to faith. He said, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt us in due time. Not when we think he should do it. Not when another man said he gonna do it. When he feel like doing it, because we the creature. So once we humble ourselves, first bethink ourselves, repent, make supplication in the land where we were carried captive. We do all that. Come back to the Lord, humble ourselves, and in his time that he feel like it, he exalts us.
That's right.
Now when we said, I've been in this truth for 20 some years, yeah, brother, y'all need to show some respect. No, bro, we gonna show respect to the Most High. You know, we gonna respect each other as brothers, but you exalting yourself. I don't care how long I've been in this truth. I know I'm still just a creature. You know what I'm saying? So he said in due time, and he said, casting all your care upon him. So don't stress, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the hands of the Most High. See if it's real. Put it like that. Let's do a challenge. Cast your cares upon the Most High and see if he real. Know what I'm saying?
It's like you just say it in the streets, put it on the platter and see do it matter.
Yeah. Put it on the platter, see if it matters. See what the Most High come through for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you never even try, like the Christians say, we can't keep all the laws. We already ain't no man perfect. You not even trying. If you don't even try, how you gonna know? They don't listen to the man and said, you can't keep all the law. Every man stumble.
Yeah.
But every righteous just man gonna get up.
But it's more laws in the city of Dallas Then the Most High tells us.
Over 40,000 laws they gonna buy.
It's more laws in the state of Texas that we gotta keep than it is in the
But they gonna keep
And
them.
they ain't in jail.
Nah, but they get pulled up by the police. What you pulling me up for? I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I pay my taxes.
So I just seen something on the Facebook, and it makes sense. People got legal mixed up with moral.
Mm-hmm.
They think because the white man said something legal that is moral, and they go to homosexuality. The white man said it's legal for homosexuals to get married, but is it moral?
Mm-hmm.
We go on. This is morality. What we dealing with. The Most High gave the Israelites morals. These other nations ain't got no morals, man. If you go, look at any of these different nations and see how they move. Look how Moab moved. Look how he destroyed the earth and destroyed the animals in the ocean and all the different abominations they eat and how they treat their people. You know what I'm saying? They have no morals.
And you're exactly right, because you ain't gonna go to jail for talking behind your brother back.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But is it right?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You ain't gonna go to jail for talking behind your sister back. But is it right morally? No, it's not.
So they
So that's where you build the love in this Bible, because you start having morals.
Morals.
All Negroes are born with morals.
Naturally.
And that's and God got us more according to this Bible, because they, you know, you got the world's got their own carnival around it too. Because that's God bless those who bless themselves.
So you gonna bless yourself, then what you need, God?
Yeah.
Don't the robber bless himself? Don't he bless himself? Don't the drug dealer bless himself? So that's what they do. They bless themselves. That's the most dumbest saying when I hear people say that. What? So I was like, man, that don't even make no sense. I used to laugh at that when people used to tell me that. God bless those who bless themselves. Well, shoot, I better go bless myself. Shoot, I'm gonna rob this bank.
Let's get Book of Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18.
I thought you were gonna read verse 7. It just goes right back to what you just said. That last precept you just brought out.
You ready?
You ready?
Read again.
Read again.
The book of Proverbs chapter 1. The book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7. Casting all your cares upon him, for he cared for you.
He cared for us, so you cast all your cares upon him. He dropped us in this forsaken place, so he obviously gonna look out for you. Cause I don't remember being in the line saying, "Lord, I'm ready to go to earth." I just popped up here.
Quit worrying about your job. Quit worrying about what this world can do to you, man. I don't be caring about a job. I just really don't be caring about nothing that these people got to offer. I don't care what you do. I be like, shit, I ain't got no money. Guess what? I have something, man. And I ain't worried about that. The Most High got this thing. And we got to get in that mindset, period. And don't be worried, because I remember when I was married at one time, I remember my wife, she was working for a company for a good while. And I used to go out and like, man, don't you know them people will fire you at any time? And I remember she specifically said, they ain't gonna fire me. All the stuff I did with them, man, it wasn't a month later. All them years you put in there, in one day, I was sitting at the house and I noticed she came back without the company vehicle. And she got dropped off this time with a box in her hand.
That company
let us know like it wasn't
two niggas doing the same thing. So when the better Negro come in, we're gonna get rid of that Negro. We don't need two of them.
Yeah, because one of y'all rebellious.
Get rid of him.
Yeah. So what they gonna have two of you for? You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're so easy to replace, because it's a faster thinking Negro that came in. A faster type one. This Negro lived 20 boxes, but you live in 15. You don't need you no more.
And he ain't gonna argue with the white man. Oh, you want Saturdays off? I'll get rid of him. His brother works Saturdays and Sundays. He don't care about nothing. Because he care about their money. Let's get Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18.
I correct him a couple of times about that at work. Be like, oh, go and get over. He'll stay. He loves money. I paused. I said, let's get it right. I can't stand money. I don't have anything at home to go home to other than the soap.
Yeah.
So why not stay here and listen to you idiots a little while longer?
Yeah.
You know? And I've had the problem a couple of times back there. Don't play me about money. I burn all that. Don't get me wrong. I was on 5 million in the street.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18.
18, yeah.
Verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
Pride goeth before destruction. It's repeating itself over and over and over. You get that pride is destruction waiting on. Read on.
Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the proud.
It's better to be in a humble spirit with my people that's in poverty with me than to be prideful with the rich and just be a coon nigga. I'll tell you that. I'd rather push a lawnmower for nothing and be humble than to be in corporate selling my people out for a lot of money. That's just my thought process on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's better to be humble and lowly with your people in order than to be rich with a lot of money and kicking it with Jay-Z and Beyonce. So that's what I got from that. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 2, verse 15. Well, you know, this apocryphal was serious on that pride. That's a rock. You can just work Sirach by itself. Yeah, the book of Sirach. We just gonna use the book of Sirach. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 15.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word.
So that fear is crucial too. That's a whole nother class. But it's a they that fear the Lord would not disobey his word. The other side, that if we fall into that, what's gonna happen to us? So read that again.
They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. And they that love him will keep his ways.
This is a cut to them Christians also. Because if you say you fear the Lord, then you're going to obey what he told you to do. You're going to keep the Sabbath. You're going to take that white man out the church and that cross. But no, they fight for it. And it say, and they that love him will keep his ways. They don't love the Most High God in Yahweh. They love Jesus. That's who they love, whether they know it or not. But that's who they love, because they will fight to the death for white Jesus. We love Hamashiach Yahweh.
That's right.
That's the difference. They know not what they worship. We know what we worship. For the salvation is of the Jews, the real Jews, not them fake Khazars, Ashkenazis over there. That's not the real Jews, people. They don't even call themselves Israelites. They say they Jewish. But for the real Jews, and we more than just Jews. We the Israelites. Right. I don't even want to really use the word Jew no more, because we don't live in Judea. That was for when we lived in Judea. That's how them fake Jews got involved in it. And that's why they using the word, because they lived in Judea too. So they took it from what the Romans said. Oh, we Jews too. That's not true, because it come from Judah. So if you're not of Judah, you're not a Jew, or from the southern kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So I use the word because we use it, but I really don't be one to use it because it causes confusion.
It causes confusion because people think it's a place instead of a group of people. You know what I'm saying? Judah is a nation of people.
Exactly. It's all nations before it's a place. Exactly. Because all these places inhabited different people before the people that's there right now. Right. And that's why it's hard to get these people to understand about the Israel stuff. Somebody living there. Somebody was living there before they got there 70 years ago. Somebody was living there before them. Somebody was living there when the Lord gave it to us. Know what I'm saying? So if it's about the people who live there, it's going to be all types of confusion. That's right. But Israel is about the people, not the place. As well as a whole lot of other people. Esau, Moab. It ain't just about where they at. It's about who they are and what they do.
And that's what we tell people when we out there on the corners. Citizenship and nationality is two different things. Right. We are citizens of America, but our nationality is Israel. Right. So people got to learn the difference between the two. You know, it's two different things. They are Israelis over there. They occupying our nation, you know, but they're not the original inhabitants of the land. Their nationality is not Israel. You know, like you said, they're Khazar.
And that's why they if you bring up Ashkenazi or Safari, you got them right there.
Mm-hmm.
See, they don't know if you know that or not.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know that, then you got them. Because
because Khazar.
It comes from the Khazar. But why is it a difference in them? Why is it if they the real Jew? Why is it a difference in them? I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. I'm a Safari Jew. Because none of them come from that place. They come from Europe. And it's a difference between those people, just like Sunni and Shiite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And they use that word Ashkenazi because see, when they use Ashkenaz, see that's Japheth.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to separate themselves from who they really are, which is Esau.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you're hearing it now, you're hearing, oh, they Ashkenazi Jews over there. No, those aren't even the Ashkenazis at all. That what they are, they Khazarians, which is Esau, kingdom of Esau.
Yep.
But they use that to another way to throw you off. When they hear, that's why you hear people say, oh, they Ashkenazi Jews. No, they're using that. So if you start trying to do the history of Ashkenaz, that's Japheth. So that's separating them from Esau. Everybody that's one thing they try to do. They everybody. But when it comes to being Esau, we ain't that. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody but who they really are.
And if you ever ask them, since everybody's such Christians, and the Bible for everybody in the world, how about you get to telling me where everybody at in the Bible? Who is who? Mm-hmm. Since the book for everybody, why we the only people so he done portrayed on the movies? Mm-hmm. He the Egyptians, he the Romans, he the Spartans, so he put plates in their lips. He all that. You know he bold when he said that he was the real Egyptian. He made the Egyptian gods and he put white people in there. This is how bold the white man is. So they gonna go above everything in the Bible and just say we everybody. But tell them to pinpoint who some of the people are in there. They're not gonna be able to do it because this ain't no everybody.
They won't do it.
They won't do it.
They won't do it.
This ain't no everybody Bible. It talks about everybody from our point of view, from the Israelites' point of view. Mm-hmm. Just like when you get a Texas history book, you reading Texas history from the white man point of view. Geronimo's point of view. Mm-hmm. We got it from the white man point of view.
Man, I read that too. The Battle of Alamo and San Jacinto from the Santa Anna's point of view, because he had his own books and stuff. And you read from that side, it's totally opposite of what we was talking about. What they was trying to teach us, how the Mexicans was doing all these, coming with all these different people. No, the Texans was doing so much illegal stuff. Even the fact, it was against the law. It was against the war law for us to battle at night. During the Alamo times, when the nighttime came, both armies ceased. They went to the side, waited till, next morning, they get back up, let's start. You know what I'm saying? But when we took Texas, when Sam Houston took Texas, guess when they attacked them? At night. But very early in the morning, actually 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, when everybody's asleep. They did something illegal. That's how they got this. And they done that to us in the same Bible.
Yeah, even in the Maccabees.
The Maccabees. Let's go attack them. We've been ready all week. They're going to attack us on the Sabbath. Mm-hmm. So they know we got so to Maccabees or Judas Maccabees, like, man, forget that.
Come over here again.
We attack them, we just have to break their law, but we got to attack them. But go ahead.
Yeah, let's figure out where we left off. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 16.
Verse 16. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Shall be filled with what?
Shall be filled with the law.
If we love the Most High, we'll be filled with these laws because we're going to be loving our brothers and sisters more than we ever did in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's no excuse to mean you don't have to wear your fringes neither. Because that's what some people say. Well, all the laws in my heart, I don't have to wear fringes. These are the Israelites.
Yeah. You don't remember 613 laws? They lying.
Yeah, well, I tell them all the time. Give me the laws then.
Yeah. Tell them, give me the first 10. Give me the 10 commandments. How about start there?
And that's a Christian cut too. It said that love, that they said and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Oh,
Not
dang.
the law is done away with. These people is
You're
lost,
right.
man.
You're right about
That's
that.
been
I'm
said.
gonna keep that.
They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight.
And do what?
And humble their souls in his sight.
And says we always in his sight, because he always can see what's going on. I mean, we should be humble at all times with each other.
Saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Come on, man. Now, I just had a thought. So this one, what, how many years ago?
What?
From this time right here?
The Maccabees from
From a Sirach. Thousands of years ago, 3,000. And he was telling us this. We will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of man. Thousands of years ago, they was telling us this all through this Bible for us to get to this point right here. Obviously, if this book existed, it's still here right now. These people who wrote this stuff truly believed and wrote this stuff down what the Lord did for them. Know what I'm saying? For a whole nation of people to prove to us that our God is real. We have to get back to that same thing, man. All these people saying they believe, they do not believe.
That's right.
They believe in the white man and what the white man can do. They don't believe in the Most High God.
That's right.
They fooling themselves. That's why he said this. We will not fall into the hands of man. I mean, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of man, because it's too easy to get captivated by these cars. And, oh, the white man built planes. Oh, he going to space. He said he went to the moon. He planned on going to the Mars. It's all lies, man. This man is a liar and a deceiver. And when you listen to him, you fall right into the hands of man. And you listen and you tricked. Oh, the white man so great. Oh, the Chinese so great.
And that's what I felt about Obama sent our people back so far back to the point we couldn't have no other president but Donald Trump.
For real.
He could get us back on track super quick. You know what I'm saying? Because our people felt because we were so lost and dumb and destroyed, we didn't even know Obama wasn't even a Negro.
Nope.
And they planned that. That was a setup plan to do what they had to do. They knew it was a Hamite. They knew it wasn't our nation. They knew he gonna go in there. It was gonna be easy. Because I remember when I first heard about Obama, period, I was like, all of a sudden, I remember I heard a guy, this black guy from Chicago was talking about running for president. Okay, I heard that. Then next thing he was the most popular thing in the world. I'm like, what happened? How in the world did this just happen? How this dude, nobody even knew his name just yesterday, and then all of a sudden in a month, everybody know him. This is America in his games. It's just tricks. It done that on purpose. It set this man up to set us back, like he said, to set us back. And he got out there, that man did everything for everybody. He did everything. He didn't do nothing for us.
Nothing.
The campaign he went against, the campaign against the gays, and guess what? He went basically
against them.
Yeah.
He was campaigning for.
Yeah, now when he was campaigning, he was talking about he was against homosexuality and stuff.
And
then when he got in office, he went and gave them some rights.
Right. How he was homosexual before that. All of
Yeah.
the fruit was a rise to get our people to run with it. You know, they saw that skin and like, oh, we got a black man out. Like you said, we didn't already went out.
Yeah.
Because we don't do the research.
Yes,
We
you
take
can.
things at face first value. And we're not doing the research. We have to do the research. That's why when we send out on the streets, we may bring out the Bible and telling our people who they are, but we still influence them to do the research. We push them to do your research. You know, just don't take our word for it. Even though we're coming out the Bible, do your own research.
Well, they say yes we can, but we ain't.
But we ain't. All right. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 33. So it's going to reiterate on that fear of the Lord and this humbleness again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility.
Before honor, the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom. We know that wisdom is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So if you fear him, you're going to keep them laws. And before honor is humility. So humility and honor go together. You can't be honorable if you don't have humility. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be an honorable person in the eyes of the Most High, we have to have humility.
That's right.
Let's get Proverbs 29 and 23.
America do that every day. When it's time to turn on the news, they always giving people honor. But he's been the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But they never show no humility. He never done nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Like all them politicians in Washington. They got honor. They the most honorable people for this country, but they ain't doing nothing right.
All these homosexuals at these big time college universities.
Yeah.
That they gonna build all these statues of them and find out they touching on these little boys and stuff at these schools.
at them churches.
Yeah,
Got that hot.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit.
There you go again. That pride gonna bring you low. Because first of all, everybody gonna be looking at you crazy, especially when everybody else being humble. The only way you really ain't gonna look at somebody with pride crazy if you got pride on you too. But if everybody in the room humble and one person got pride on, everybody gonna be looking at them crazy. And it said, but honor, if you're an honorable person, it shall uphold the humble in spirit. So if you honorable, you're gonna be humble. If you humble, you're gonna be honorable.
Let me get a precept on that. Break it down. Job 22 and 29. Let me break this down out. The book of Job, chapter 22 and verse 29. When men are cast down, then shall they say, this is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person.
We keep reading.
He shall deliver the islands of the innocent, and it is delivered by the pureness of thy hands.
So when they go down, when the Most High, when it's going down, and men getting cast down, then thou shalt say, there is a lifting up, because there's gonna be people that's gonna be lifted up. That's in this truth. It's people that's gonna be lifted up for being humble and being obedient to the Most High. And it's gonna be men that's gonna be cast down. And he say, and he shall save the humble person. So when it's going down, whether it's the rapture, whether it's judgment, or whatever it's got to do with dealing with the Most High, if you humble, he gonna save you. Which it only makes sense, man. Who is finna save somebody who don't love them?
That's right.
Who is finna save somebody who talking smack to them, disrespecting them? You know what I'm saying? It just really boiled down to that. That's when you dealing with anybody, including the Most High and your house. Come on, let's have some respect.
That's right, man.
If like what Birdman said, put some respect on my name. That's what your house said. Put some respect on it.
Come on.
So you said, oh, I'm just gonna save you just because. You said I just love everybody just because that's how you feel. That's not what the Most High said. So you got to respect him as a God on what he said. Right. You can't go change. He already told you whoever take away or add to these scriptures don't get cursed. Right. So as a creature here on this earth, these Christians are going around, oh, my God don't say that. My God don't believe it. Let's get the Bible then. Because he told you what he means. Right. And if you go against that, then you're going against the Bible, like that brother did last week. So they don't respect the Most High God, because anytime you say, well, I can be wicked my whole life, and then when I get on my deathbed, repent, that means you ain't got no respect for the Creator. So that's why he gonna do whatever he do.
But what about happening to practicing the righteous act? You can't practice the righteous act on your deathbed.
Nope.
All right. Not on that. He's saying when you prove those, you're supposed to have this done. It's supposed to be a consistent thing for you to be going. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, well, I had the Sabbath last week. Next week, you ain't.
I'm going both.
You doing everything else. Now it should be something that should be showing every time. It should be something that's stacked on each other.
And on that, I'm gonna divert real quick. I'm gonna get Isaiah chapter 30 and 1, because we finished what he said. We finna show you. He gonna tell you can add sin on the sin. So you can't add righteousness on the righteousness to clear up that sin.
That's right.
Read that from me.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe be to the rebellious children.
Go ahead.
Start from the top again. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe be to the rebellious children.
Salah.
My bad. Okay.
It said, woe be to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take it counsel, but not of me, and covered with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
That they may add sin to sin. So you can keep adding sin onto sin. So what we trying to do is clear up those sins and get to righteousness, and just keep adding righteousness to righteousness. Because the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 8 say, and above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. So you can subtract from that.
That's right.
And how you subtract from that is doing righteousness.
That's right.
So how you sit up here in the church saying you love the Lord, not practice no righteous acts, not keeping no laws, not keeping no Sabbaths, no high holy days, no new moons, and saying you love the Lord. All you doing is adding sin onto sin. You know what I'm saying? You digging yourself deeper and deeper in a ditch.
That's what your parents say. Keep on. It's adding up on you.
When
I get you, you ain't gonna like it. He tell you the same thing. You know that was a black man said. Yeah, keep on adding on.
Keep on.
That's what you doing.
Let's get Isaiah chapter 57, verse 15. Keep it up. All right.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 57 and verse 15. For thus said the high and lofty, one that inhabited eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble, and to revive the heart of the contrite ones.
So that word contrite means expressing remorse and humble spirit. No, expressing remorse is contrite. So this scripture is going into the Most High. The Most High is of a humble spirit, and his Son is of a humble spirit. And he said he coming back to the contrite ones to revive the spirit of the humble and revive the heart of the remorseful ones. So we got a humble God. So how can we not be humble? You know what I'm saying? So we got to follow the lead, and it's telling us the Most High is a humble and his Son is humble. So we got to be on that same page. Let's get 2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 14. So our God is a humble God. His Son is a humble spirit, and we got to be having a humble spirit too, because we know that it's a pecking order.
That's right.
The Most High, Christ, man, woman, child, in that order. And the Most High started at the top, and he said he humble and his Son humble. So I think we should be doing what the higher powers are doing. The book of 2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 14.
The book of 2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves.
Shall do what?
Shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land.
So the Most High God is giving us instructions how to come back in his good graces. This is the stuff that they should be teaching in the church, because this is the instructions that we need. They want to say the Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth. Well, here goes some instructions. He said, if the people that are called by my name, the Israelites, shall humble themselves, that's the whole nation, and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear them from heaven as a nation.
That's what he said.
Then, after we did all that,
that's right.
Then he'll hear us.
That's right.
See, they don't teach this in the church because it's all about money in there. This is all about saving souls. The only money we trying to get is that penny into the kingdom, brother. We all gonna get a penny. I got my penny. There you go. It ain't about how much money you got. It's about that penny to get into the kingdom. That's your token to get into the kingdom.
You better hope you get it in.
Oh, Lord, I lost my penny, Lord. No, we ain't losing all that. So it's about saving our people, man. And he tell us to humble ourselves as a nation. But we start individually first.
That's right.
Yes.
What you got, Joe? Read on.
Verse 15. Now mine eyes shall be open, and my ears attend unto the prayers that is made in this place.
So once we do that, then he will hear us. Then he will see us again. Because remember, he said he went and hid in this secret place. Which the white man trying to look and see when he coming from that secret place. That's what they trying to see when they got them telescopes up there. Because they ain't going nowhere. So all they can do is try to look. Let's shoot some satellites with a telescope on it so we can look further. That's all they can try to do. Look. What you finna do? You not finna do nothing. So let's get the book of Judith, chapter 4 and verse 8. Let's get an example of Israel humbling themselves.
What you say?
Judith, chapter 4, verse 8.
Okay. Dead Sea Scrolls. Judah.
We're going to run that from 8 to 15.
The book of Judith, chapter 4 and verse 8. And the children of Israel did as Joachim, the high priest, had commanded them, with the ancient of all the people of Israel, which dwelt at Jerusalem. Then every of Israel cried to God with great fervency and with great vehemency did they humble their soul.
They did what?
Humble their souls. Both they and their wives and their children and their cattle and every stranger and hireling and their servants, both with money put sackcloth upon their loins. Thus every man and woman and little children and inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the temple and cast ashes upon their heads and spread out their sackcloth before the face of the Lord. Also they put sackcloth about the altar and cried to God of Israel with the God of Israel, all with one consent.
No, individually.
All with one consent.
One consent as a nation. This is what they did. And we gonna end up having to do that. We should be walking around with sackcloth and ash on our head every day. For the conditions that our people is in, man. They had just came out of captivity. You know what I'm saying? We've been out, but we still mentally captive. So we still in mourning for our people. Read on.
And cried to God of Israel, all with one consent, earnestly, that he would not give their children for a prey, and their wives for a spoil, and the cities of their inheritance to destruction, and the sanctuary to profane nation and reproach, and for the nation to rejoice at. So God heard their prayers and looked upon their afflictions.
So God did what?
Heard their prayers and looked upon their afflictions.
So he gave us instructions in 2 Chronicles. He also gave it in 2 Kings on what we should do. They did it. They had just came out of captivity and they did what the book told them to do. And the Lord did what?
God heard their prayers and looked upon their afflictions. For the people fasted many days in all Judea and Jerusalem before the sanctuaries of the Lord Almighty. And Joachim, the high priest, and all the priests that stood before the Lord, and they which ministered unto the Lord had their loins girt with sackcloth, and offered the daily burnt offering with the vows and free gifts of the people. And he had ashes on their mitres, and cried unto the Lord with all their power, that he would look upon all the house of Israel graciously.
So this is an example of what we really need to be doing as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna happen in due time. So all this different camp stuff, all this different individuality Israelite stuff, we're gonna have our own stuff gonna come to a cease.
Yeah, we shouldn't even have no new clothes, and everything should be really dirty because we're supposed to be having our clothes rented and the ashes on us crying out. And this is what we're gonna go back to. Because this is what's gonna be coming later on in the future as Israelites.
As Israelites, because we're gonna mourn for our nation.
So, like you said, these it's basically just cover the Deuteronomy curses. This was happening to us right now.
Yep. If we go to verse 3, it say, "For they were newly returned from the captivity, and all the people of Judea were lately gathered together, and the vessels and the altars in the house were sanctified after the profaning them doing it and showing that the Most High will hear their prayers." Matthew 23, verse 12. We almost finished. 3 more scriptures.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 12. "And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted."
So this is Mashiach Yahushua words. Whosoever else shall exalt himself on this earth, you're going to be the bottom. That's what he's telling. And plus, when you exalt yourself, it's a long way down on that fall. You know what I'm saying? So you can raise yourself up if you want to. He'll bring you down to a base. And he that shall humble himself, the Most High going to exalt you, man. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to go out there, look at me, look what I did, look at what I got. You ain't got to do none of that. The Most High going to exalt you amongst man.
And to translate it into in our term, punks jump up to get beat down. That's basically what he's saying. Because sometimes you can catch the translation. He was saying in our terms, you know.
And that's one thing you hear about those. I do this. I do that. I do this. I do that. I do that.
And y'all hear me say, I ain't did nothing. I be surprised to wake up in the morning. Oh Lord, I got another one. All right.
Our people only want to put that eye on there when it's good.
When it's good.
When it's bad, it ain't we. We did that. No,
remember when we did that?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how our people is. We have to put that eye in front of it when it's good and it's glory and it's some lifting up. But when it's a hole, we got to dive in. We done dug ourselves a hole, then we did it then.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 3. And he said, "Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom